vice chair of the TTC, so he has more titles than some councillors do, or a record. And I came to know Alan. We got involved in bike issues, and I mean, I want to spend most of my time talking about Alan, but just a brief segue. Most people think that I'm against bike lanes. I'm not. Alan and I together put in place the first separated cycle track here on Sherbourne, but we also the city built the first separated bicycle lane network in the city of Toronto, and this was after you know, the previous government had spent 6 or 8 years talking about bike lanes, and after I was elected chair of the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee, Alan called me up and he said, so why don't we do something about this? And so we started designing together a network. And so the network was Adelaide and Richmond, because there was no bike lanes, usable bike lanes in the downtown, in the south downtown. And then we decided together on Sherbourne and Wellesley. There was another side that we wanted to build on the west side to actually complete the square, to actually have a network. Because as the cyclists who are here know, and one of the big complaints are, if you really want to have a great separated cycling experience, you got to have a network. You have to have a place to ride too. So we were working on that together, and it was Alan's ideas and perseverance that inspired me to take that on as a project and to get it through council. And it wasn't the easiest thing in the world to do. There was a lot of work that had to take place, not only at the bureaucratic level, but there was also work to be done at the political level, which I took care of. And there was also a lot of work to be done underneath the water line, which I mean, and a lot of people don't know this, but there wasn't a lot of enthusiastic support from the local councillors in the area. The only councillor who was an enthusiastic supporter was the late Pam McConnell. So she was 100% behind it. She stood in front of this. She said it was the right thing to do. And in fact, there were a lot of, let's say that there needed to be a lot of encouragement built at a community-based level to make sure that this happened. And the community had to tell the local councillors who were reluctant to support this that it was in their best interest. And Alan spent a lot of time going to small groups, small cycling groups, this group, that group, and I think burning up a lot of his own political capital in the cycling community, trying to make this happen. So suffice it to say, this would not have happened, this network would not have happened without Alan's support, and without his creativity, without his doggedness and perseverance. And so that's why I decided back in 2015 that we had to have some recognition for that, because without Alan's work, the first separated bike lanes in Toronto would never have taken place when they did. And so in 2015, I moved a motion at the first meeting of 2014, I think. It was the first meeting of Toronto City Council where John Tory was elected mayor. I moved a motion to name the Sherbourne Street cycle tracks after Alan, and that's why we're here. So, as I said in my opening statement, Alan's done a lot more than just help build a cycle track. He's, in the truest sense of the word, he's a city builder in so many different ways, and I thought it was appropriate that he be recognized here today to name this cycle track after him. And I'm glad you're all here you're here to show your support and encouragement in naming this cycle track after Alan Heisey. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Deputy Mayor Minnan-Wong. For those who don't know me, my name is James Passion. I'm the councillor for Ward 6 and chair of the Infrastructure and Environment Committee. And listening to all the chairs that Mr. Heisey has had and currently holds, vice chairs, if he had any more, he'd have a dining room set. But I wanted to welcome members of the Heisey family, members of the public, of course, community members, and I don't know if there's any media here, but maybe in the bushes over there. We all have busy lives. We all have hectic schedules. And one thing that we forget to do a lot of the time is to show our appreciation, which is one of our most sacred obligations. And yet we don't do it enough. But today gives us that opportunity. So today we celebrate the characteristics of what makes Toronto livable, safe, and prosperous. One is volunteerism, and when I was looking through Alan's bio, I don't think I've rarely seen a person who has given so much of his time and effort to this great city of Toronto. And of course, the other part of it is opening safe infrastructure. So Alan is not just an activist, he is an innovator, a pioneer. He sets a high standard and leads by example. And we were just talking about our cycling patterns. Mine was fairly active until my bike was stolen 2 weeks ago. And Deputy Mayor has promised me a new bike on my birthday. So Alan saw that government needed fixing, and he fixed it. He saw an environment at risk and the rewards of cycling and became an advocate. He saw the power of new technologies with solar and green energy long before it became the talk of the town. He knows the challenges we face in transit delivery and dedicates, as I mentioned, an astounding amount of his time to get things right. So whether you were born here or chose Toronto to settle here anew, to keep the city great, to go about our daily lives in peace and respect and harmony, freedom and dignity, we must work as one, not just sharing a postal code, but the values and character that define who we are. And Alan exemplifies that. But Alan also knew that for cities to be prosperous places, for us to build an integrated biking network, we had to affirm our commitment to making sure that cycling was safe, that there was connectivity, there were separated bike lanes, and that we emphasized that this was not only fun and healthy, but a good mode of transportation. So I congratulate you on today's honor. You are most worthy recipient of a public naming, and I wish you all the best for the future, and congratulations.